What's your first tier talent that you're running in your talent tree?
Oh, sorry. It's Cenarian Ward.
Oh, okay.
Now here, like this is a situation. I never know whether I should battle res him or just wait. Well, I mean, in this case, just wait. But if it's like if it's any other situation,
That
um,
it kind of just uh, it kind of depends on the situation. Like how long is the fight gonna last? How much is that person
yeah,
contributing in terms of damage? Like if it's like a hard carry, obviously it's not worth resing. Um,
yeah,
I would just use a judgment call there
yeah.
because
Okay.
like you just when they die, look at the damage meter. Like how much are they doing? But the thing is too, if they die with their cooldowns up, they no longer have cooldowns. This, just so you know, this is like a general tip for Mythic Plus. You can enter through any portal and get in and like help them because you ran all the way up the stairs to go for the pillar.
Okay.
The first thing I noticed is that it took you a while to dot up the mobs, and there wasn't
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of damage going out here. Like everyone's topped, you have a wild growth on everyone,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's not a lot happening. So if I feel like you could have dotted them maybe a little bit sooner, so that these
Yeah.
dots had
Okay.
more chance for damage, right? Because
Yeah.
in Mythic
Yeah.
Plus,
I know I'm a culprit of that, but I just panic because the thing is, like I said, I know the dungeon well, but I still don't know. I still can't predict too well when the damage comes. So I like to just hot everyone up, and then if things are really calm, and I kind of I exaggerate on that, and I know that it's not optimal, and
yeah.
then I decide to dot or maybe do a little bit of damage. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And the other
Uh,
thing that can help with that as well, and this is what I noticed, is this ability. And I didn't actually pay full attention to it,
mm-hmm.
but I think I can skip pretty far ahead,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really go on cooldown,
Yeah.
right? And what I would do, like there's definitely more optimal ways to use it than this, but just so you can get used to it, I think the best thing to
Mm-hmm.
do would be to just make a focus macro, put the tank on focus, and then just use it on cooldown on the tank. And that way it's an
Okay.
extra hot rolling, and the tank's less likely to fall behind on health, so you can probably put out more damage.
Okay. Okay. Cheers. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And same thing here. I think that, let me see, for the start of the fight, if I can go all the way. There we go. I think you're about to pull the boss, because I remember they did the boss before the trash here. So we're about to pull boss. I'm going to unhighlight. Sorry, I'm just going to unhighlight that. And then
Yep.
we pull boss. And I would treat it like almost like a deeps, right? You get your hots out, which is fine, but you do take a while to put some damage into the boss, and
Okay.
this is all time we could be using right now. You could double dot
Yeah.
it and then cat weave it. You're doing like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of over healing right now,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I can see that.
yeah, and it doesn't really get you anything, right? It kind of just wastes mana, but you could be putting
Yeah.
damage in to make the run
Yeah.
happen faster and all that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's cool as well. There's an instance, right? Wait, I think it happens right here. Okay, wait, I'm waiting. I can't remember exactly. On that leap, as soon as he's done casting that, I think that Wild Growth would probably be the best thing that you can throw out there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Because you
sense
have
as well.
four people at low health, and
Yeah.
Wild Growth is a really efficient heal if you can heal a bunch of people with it all at
Yeah.
once. Um, and it does more. The thing you have to remember as well is that Wild Growth does more healing. Like it starts off by doing a big hot, and then the hot slowly gets smaller and smaller and weaker until it finishes. So you don't want to use it before the damage comes out, but you want to be ready with it right after the damage is done.
Okay.
Yeah. Um.
All right. All right. So I was using wild growth wrong because when I knew there was like damage incoming, I just throw out wild growth. So
Yeah. And that's
um
fine, but you want to be like, okay, damage is coming out. Wait for it. Wait for it.
yeah
Wait
yeah
for it. Okay, now wild growth, right? Like here, wild
okay
growth would have been perfect. You would have like shot
yeah
everyone.
yeah
You
yeah
can see here that he's doing explosive leap,
yeah
and you can also see uh, that these two are without a rejuve. I would blanket
yeah
everyone with rejuice when you know damage is about to come out,
okay
and that way they get healing as soon as they take that damage, right? So you before damage comes out, you want to be ready with wild growth, but don't use it, and then just kind of blanket rejuves and then wild growth.
yeah.
right? Because other healers are going to quote unquote snipe your heals in a raid environment if you
Yeah.
wait too long to wild growth, or if you wait till after the damage comes out to actually put hots on them. And I didn't see. I'm just going to look for this, and I might be wrong. I don't want to say it if I'm wrong. Are you tracking tank cooldowns at all?
No, no, I'm not.
I would
And I
highly
really should
recommend
be.
that because
Okay.
I don't
Is there
think
like a weak aura for that?
there's definitely a weak core. There's Exorcist raid tools. Um,
Yeah. Let me
there's all
just
kinds
write
of
that down.
stuff for that. Because I think you could have gotten better use, and this goes back to you being able to do damage. If you can just be more efficient with your healing, you can also be more efficient with your damage. So if you know the tank doesn't have um, any cooldowns up, you can like Iron
Hmm.
Bark him, throw a few hots on him, and then go back to doing damage, and you know he's safe, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
here
yeah.
he's half HP. Here the tank drops down to half HP on this thing. I think he takes the frontal or something, and you kind of start
Yeah.
panicking. You sort of just start like tossing a bunch of hots on him and trying to spam heal. And that was, what am I gonna say right now? What do you think I'm gonna say?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a wasted wild growth.
Yes, yeah, you got it, man. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're only healing the tank. It's a really, really inefficient single target heal.
Yeah.
It's just draining your mana pool, right?
Yeah,
Innervate
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. I don't think you used Innervate too much.
I don't think I used it once, and that's the one thing I was going to ask you. Like I suffer of this syndrome where I'm always saving my big cooldowns
Yeah,
in case I need them, and
yeah,
what ends up happening is I never use it. But I do have to stop, uh, quite a few times to drink up a little bit of mana and stuff, and uh, yeah, I think I just need to be a little bit uh, more free with using my innervate.
yeah. I'll be honest. I'm not the best Resto Druid in the world. You probably honestly know more about the spec than I do. There's like little things I know, so I couldn't tell you. And the most efficient time to use Innervate is.
Yeah, yeah.
You're probably for the start at least. You're probably better off just spamming it,
Okay. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like as soon as someone takes damage,
Yeah.
or like
Or at least
as
what I thought about, and I need to remember to do this, at least at the start of every boss or something like that, where I'm blanketing everyone with reduce and all of that.
yeah,
If I have it at the start of every boss, I should at least use it then,
yeah,
because that's a big moment. But I keep forgetting to do it, so I
yeah.
might need to I might need to find myself a weak aura that kind of blinks, or I just change my innervate there to glow whenever it's off cooldown.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So we can go through this together. I'll link it to you, and I'll
So
also put it up on my.
what's this logs you're talking about?
From when you did heroic, I think. I was trying to look
Oh,
for a
okay.
fight because I remember you said you did heroic, but you felt like you got carried, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna put it up on my stream, but I also linked it to you so you can look at it through my screen or you can look at it through your
Yeah.
own. Your cooldown is like you touched on already. Your cooldown usage. Look at that. You only had Cenarian Ward on cooldown 47% of the time. You can get so
Yeah.
much more use out of that, and it's just a really efficient heal. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
fire and forget, right? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
like I said, make a focus macro for the tank, and obviously there's more efficient ways to use it. So maybe after you get more comfortable with it, you can change it to a mouse
You
only.
said what do you mean by focus?
So you know how you can put players on focus?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, well that's big. Let me hop on. Let me hop on. Wow, I have like a button on my mouse to make things focus. This is gonna help you a lot actually. The less clicking you can do, the better, right?
Yeah, of course.
So this is a focus. I don't have anything targeted right now. I can have like this guy targeted. This is my target. I know
Mhm.
my stuff's overlapping. I haven't been on this character in forever, and my
Yeah,
UI has
yeah.
changed. But so I have myself on focus, and if you can see here, I have a macro for life bloom on my focus. So even if I have nothing targeted, if I have this guy targeted and I press that, it puts life bloom on me,
Oh,
on my
okay. Okay.
focus, right? And you can do that with Cenarian Ward as well. You can make a slash focus Cenarian Ward, and then when it pops up here, you just press it and you forget about it,
Okay.
and it's good to go. And then you just use it on
Okay,
cooldown.
that's nice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All right, cheers.
yeah. So that I'll show you how to do that. Here we go. Focus. You just do. I'll copy paste this to you.
Okay.
There it is on Discord.
All right. And I
And then all you have to do, just for everyone in the stream,
is it along with the show tooltip?
Show tooltip is just going to show you the ability icon on your bars.
Okay.
If you don't
Oh,
do
okay.
show
Okay.
tooltip, it's just going to show up as like this red question mark, and it'll look really bad. You don't have
Okay.
to though, because your weak aura will still be able to track it. So let's see. So
And
you want to go into macros, right? And you want to how do I full screen use? Is my Epic
Oh,
10
there we go.
blocking it? There it is. So you want to go into macros. You want to do show to new.
Oh,
New
there
at the
it is.
bottom,
Okay.
yeah, and then you don't even have to click an icon. Just write like focus or something to title it, right? Or like life bloom focus or whatever you want to title it.
Okay.
You can
I
title it
see. I see.
anything. Perfect, and then hit OK, and then paste what I sent to you, and then just save. You gotta click the save at the top, yeah, right there, and there you go.
Okay.
And now you put that on your bars where your life bloom is.
Okay. And then if I set focus.
If you set focus to yourself, I don't know where your focus is actually gonna show up though. This is the other thing we gotta figure
Yeah.
out. We might have to look at your UI.
I might need to figure this out because I haven't got any raid frames activated. Only like because I use Voodoo, to click.
What
Uh.
is that LVUI that you're using?
Yeah, it's LVY.
Go into the LVUI options, and I'm sure we could find your focus.
Focus.
Focus. There we go. Enable. So.
Oh, it is enabled.
How do we move it now? I don't use LVUI myself, so we
Okay.
need to figure out how to move it around.
Oh no, that's not what I want to
Oh yeah, I don't do
do. Raid frames. I'm looking whether it's like under something.
Ghost frame.
No. Boss frames.
Raid
Arena
control.
frames.
Reputation bar. Target frame.
Oh, there we go. Focus
Focus
frame.
frame. Okay, perfect. So it's right
It's
down there.
there.
Good. But you don't.
It probably is.
You don't have to look at the focus as long as the focus is set. Try using the focus life bloom macro and see if it goes on you. Because if it goes on you, know that.
What was the what was the macro then? Did I set it as something?
So what you do is you open up your macros window and drag that down like it's an ability onto your bars. Yeah, like
Oh,
that.
I see.
And then drag it over top of where your current life bloom is on your bars.
Okay.
Right.
There.
No, that's Wild
there. Yeah.
There you go. And then drop that, and then don't have a random person not in your group targeted, and now cast the life bloom. Said you have no target, which means the focus macro is working, but it's not letting you set a focus, which is like a UI thing. Try try setting it from there.
There we go. Okay, I
Alright,
can't set it off Voodoo.
Now target someone else and test it.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
There
Perfect.
you go. And now if you do the same thing with Cenarian Ward, it's really, really easy. All you have to do is just fire and forget. If life bloom's on them, you don't even have to have them targeted, and this will help you do damage as well, because you don't have to like click on the person.
Yeah.
You can be clicked on the mobs.
All right. So oh, what happened?
I'm not sure. What did you do?
Ah, okay.
So you could.
I think I just went into.
If you copy paste that and then click new, well, you don't have to paste it, but if you copy it and then click new and then click and then type like scenario at CW focus or something like that.
Yeah.
CW focus and then hit OK and throw it in there, except where it says life bloom, change that to Cenarian Ward and it'll work.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
So I've got that focused and.
So just target someone else so we make sure. Okay, that's.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, no, but yeah.
That's fine then. So that's good, right? I mean, that's gonna make your healing more efficient. Let's see if we can't find you. I'm going to before we come back to the WoW analyzer, let's see if we can't find you some tank CD weak aura tracker thing. External cooldown auras for tanks. This sounds promising. What is this? Oh, okay. So this is for tanks who get external cooldowns. It's not quite what we're looking for. We're looking for the opposite. Oh, here we go. There's a Reddit post. Raid CDs. There's a Raid CDs weak aura. It also. Do you have Exorcist raid tools already installed?
No.
Let's see here.
Yep. So
this tells you like exactly, and obviously take this with a grain of salt, right? Like was it a pug heroic run that you did?
No. Well, I was on comms with 3 or 4 more people, but everything else was pugged. Yeah.
Okay, so you probably didn't have raid cooldowns set up or anything like a lot of mythic guilds do.
No. No. No.
You want to try to be casting this as much as possible because that's just an efficient heal. It's all about mana, right? It's all about the mana
Yeah.
gain.
Yeah. It's once again. I think as I get to know the raid a little bit more, I know when I should use it and when I don't. But because I didn't know it too well, I never knew if there was a boss mechanic that was gonna uh, make me use tranquility or something like that
Yeah.
at a better time. So that's why.
This is another one. I think we've probably resolved this, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah, yeah,
focus, so that's good. Flourish, you only got 3 flourish casts. It's just
yeah.
about being more aggressive with the cooldowns. And if there's look for somewhere to use your cooldowns, and if there's nowhere to use your cooldowns, just do damage. Right?
Okay.
When I saw this,
Yeah,
the number one thing that jumped out at me, 40% downtime. You spent 40% of
yeah,
the fight sitting there doing nothing. That's almost half the fight. You could have at least pumped damage like no other,
yeah,
even
yeah,
if there was no healing to be done. But I
yeah.
chose Mott because I thought that would be like the most healing intensive, but we could do this for any of your kills. Do you want to check another one?
Well, can you check Rathian? Because
Yeah.
I feel like that's the one I did the best in terms of healing.
Okay.
Uh, like I think I topped the HPS chart. I know that doesn't mean that I was doing the right healing, but um,
So
I was
these
actually
two, this is really exciting now because these two I think we've solved. You got this and you got this. All you have to do now is press a button. You don't even have to target. It's just gonna.
yeah,
All you have to do is remember to set focus to a tank before at the start of the fight.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whichever tank you think will be taking more damage. So like, let's say if you have the choice between a Blood DK and like a Brewmaster, I would choose the Brewmaster because
Okay.
the Blood DK is just gonna heal himself and it'll just be overhealing. Blood DKs and Vengeance Demon Hunters tend to take care of themselves. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love healing a DK tank.
yeah, because then you just don't have to heal, right?
Yeah, it's great.
So use your this is telling you to use your clear casting procs to
Mm.
get
Yeah, yeah,
3 regrowths because regrowth is an extremely inefficient heal. Don't
yeah, yeah.
overuse regrowth. It looks like you overused 3 here. The number of non-clear casting regrowths cast per minute. So that's 3 regrowths per minute that weren't on a clear casting proc.
Okay.
So you want to try to use these procs. I'm assuming also for what's the other thing called? Not life bloom, wild growth. So it looks like
Wild
you
growth,
got
yeah.
good wild growth out here. When more than 5 raiders are wounded, it is probably the most efficient and effective spell to cast. Try to time your wild growth cast to land just after a boss's ability. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this ratio that they have. This is the ratio of wild growth cast to rejuvenation casts. If this number is too low, it probably indicates you were missing good opportunities to use wild growth.
yeah. Okay.
So this is a great site. I mean, you can do this for any. So
Yeah, that's really cool.
someone in your raid logged, and you can use this to like grab your logs from Warcraft logs and send it to here, and it'll break down every fight for you from like. And you don't even have to use it for yourself. If you want to help a guildie or something, they're like, what can I do better? You said you were in Discord with people. Let's say you were in Discord with Eater. I don't know if you actually were, but
I actually was. That's really weird.
well, you can tell him to, look at his
Yeah,
command, his kill command CDR efficiency and all that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a much better player than I am.
Yeah.
Um,
So it looks like
he's
so it's just little stuff like that. I mean, I
yeah,
think the biggest thing is just your uptime. Always try to be
yeah,
doing
yeah,
something. Always try to be doing something. And if
yeah,
there's no healing to be done, be spamming like Solar Wrath or going into cat form or making sure your dots are up.
yeah,
And if there is
yeah,
healing to be done, try to think about what heal is best right now. Do I have a clear casting proc? No, I probably maybe shouldn't cast regrowth unless I absolutely have
yeah.
to.
Yeah. With the raid, I was really overwhelmed. I felt
Oh,
like I
I
was
bet.
just running
Yeah, for sure. For
because
sure.
of all the mechanics and stuff. So I felt I was just running everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have the brain processing power to in between all of that put some heals in. But I think as the more boss fights I do in the raids, then the easier it'll become. I reckon.
I think
There
it's
we
going
go.
to go really, really well.
Yeah.
Um, Second potion, obviously, if you weren't low on mana, you can use a DPS potion. It was just heroic. It's not that big of a deal, right? I would check your
Yeah.
enchants. Make sure your items are enchanted.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
said
No, they're
only
not.
it said only 1 out of 3, so you want to have 2 ring enchants and a weapon enchant.
Yeah. Although I towards the end of I kind of enchanted them halfway through the raid
Yeah,
because we had a little break. Yeah, I think the last one, I think I think just after the carapace,
yeah.
I think I was enchanted there, but yeah, I just got a new weapon as well today, so that's not enchanted. Um, it's two rings and the weapon, right? That you can enchant.
Yes, yeah. And
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
two weapons if you're dual wield or whatever, but yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's a really like useful tidbit here. I don't know how relevant this is anymore. I don't know if this is up to date for 8.3 or whatever, or if this has changed, if you can still see my screen, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
giving you a sort of like a breakdown of how to use Innervate, and this is something I cannot tell you because I don't know. But apparently this typically means casting a wild growth, refreshing efflorescence, and spamming rejuve.
Yeah.
So I guess if you do use Innervate, just hot everyone up, even if they don't need it. They might take
Yeah,
damage.
yeah. When I do use it, I kind of use all my I use wild growth. I put like it is there. Sometimes I don't put efflorescence if I just put it. But
It's probably worth as well, like if you're in a Mythic Plus key, just getting in the habit of being like, do I want to cast Wild Growth right now? Do I have Innervate?
yeah,
Right? Just Wild Growth or just Innervate before Wild Growth, and then just hot everyone up, and then you can do damage. See, this is one of those times, right? You were,
yeah. I could have been doing damage.
yeah, you see it now, right? You're seeing it.
Yeah, yeah,
Look at this. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's chilling. You're more damaged than
yeah.
anyone else, and like you just have to go. And your Cenarian Ward's just sitting there very lonely. Whoops, I misclicked. I think you were like there. So yeah, you could just Cenarian Ward.
Yeah, yeah.
Cenarian Ward Life Bloom the tank. That tank's not dying. If that tank has any care in the world about their own survival, they're not gonna die. Just try to use your stuff more often because it's gonna give you more efficient healing, right? And all that.
Yeah.
And that's all you want to do is you want to take care of your mana and make sure that you have as much time to do damage as possible, especially in keys when it's timed. But no, I think other than
Yeah.
that, it's just little things. It's just cooldowns.
Yeah.
That seems to be the common denominator with everyone I've done. I coached a rep pally the other day. He got 5 wings off in a dungeon when he could have got 13 if he
Okay.
used it on cooldown. It's the same
Yeah,
thing with
yeah,
you and your innervates and all that. And then it was the
yeah.
same thing again today. I was looking at a rogue. I didn't do the calculation of how many vendettas he could have got, but he was saving it just for bosses, and there were like periods of like 8 minutes where he wasn't using his cooldown. Do you have any questions for me? Anything I haven't touched on that you're
Um.
curious about?
Well, I've always been curious about like my stat distribution, because obviously you can't sim healers, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah.
Um. But my haste is 2,292 and my mastery is 1,325. Um, that's like 33% haste, 14% mastery.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, if I should get more haste, more mastery, less mastery. Because when I'm gearing, I'm never really too sure. So I've got a pawn string, but I know that a pawn string is doesn't necessarily take into account everything.
Do you know J.B?
J.B.
Yes, I'm gonna link you him.
No.
This is probably really bad business, is plugging other streamers. But I'm gonna link
Well,
you J.B and oh, I guess I didn't copy it. That's just another macro. Give me a sec. He's not live right now, but what you could do is go watch some of his VODs. I would love to help you with stat distribution, but for Resto Druid, I unfortunately have zero clue.
okay, okay. Yeah.
Uh, but if you go into
All
his
right. Oh,
videos,
is this the guy from Mythic?
he casts MDI, yeah, but he's also a really big Resto Druid boy.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
he's a big
Yeah.
Resto Druid player. He
Yeah.
sometimes he has his stat breakdown shown up, but it doesn't look like it this run. But you can see his talents, his trinkets, his corruption set up in the top left
Yeah, yeah,
there.
that's useful.
You can see
Okay.
what corruptions he's using down here. It looks like he's just going masterful. Um,
Okay, because I've got two expedients. No. Yeah, I've got two expedient threes.
yeah,
Um this one actually just dropped today. And I've got one masterful too, but I'm you know,
yeah. I don't know what weak
uh
order this is, but this would be something like what you'd want. Because you can see, like, this guy's got Turtle, he's got Exhilaration, he's got Feign Death.
okay.
Right, you can see their cooldowns. This would be
Yeah.
something that would be really useful to
Yeah,
you.
I'll find it. I'll find it for sure.
Yeah, and if you can't find it,
Yeah.
Exorcist Raid Tools does a pretty good job as well, especially if you're just
Okay.
doing keys. Or I mean, yeah, just keys, not raids. But you can see here, he's like, even though people are half HP, like he puts out a wild growth, and he I bet he goes into cat form soon and just starts deepsing, and he just lets the hots
Yeah,
that are already out tick people up.
yeah. I feel like I can do this if I'm on comms with people, but if I'm pugging, I find it really hard to analyze the situation and yeah, I think it's gonna go down to it's gonna um essentially boil down to knowing the game better.
Yeah,
But when I'm on comms, then I find it easy. If they tell me like, oh, I still have, for example, I play with a hunter, I still got turtle, or I still have my defensives. Then I know that I can chill a little bit and I can just put some rejuves and go and do damage. But if I'm pugging like I did now, then I don't have the knowledge to read the dungeon that well and know when the damage is going to come in and when it's not.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think the life bloom and the
Cenarian ward.
Cenarian ward is definitely going to help.
I think he talks with his chat a lot between streams as well, so that's probably what you're like. You can also check out his gameplay, obviously, but you can you probably want to go to like where he's answering Resto Druid questions between keys. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can find something there. So see, he keeps Sunfire on all of them. Like throughout this whole pack, he's always got
yeah,
Sunfire up, and his Sunfire is it's doing 28k DPS. He's getting shit on. He's getting shit on by the rest of his group, but 28k DPS throughout a whole
no,
dungeon is gonna add up to be a lot, and it's gonna speed up the
yeah, yeah,
key. It's gonna
for
shave
sure.
entire minutes off of the key, right?
Yeah, I mean the fact that he's got 28k just on Sunfire. When I go into my cat form, I can't even get close to that,
Yeah.
unless I don't put out any heals, and then I can uh, maybe do something like that.
Oh, he got hit. Oh, he's so mad. He got hit by the breath. But see,
Yeah, I love
even
that weak
even
aura.
even
Don't
people
yell,
who
get
do like,
better.
yeah, even people who do 24s make stupid mistakes like that, right? I mean, it happens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like you stood in something and got knocked off the map, but obviously you know that that's bad, and it's not worth spending time on because next time you know not to find yourself on the edge there where you can get knocked off.
yeah. Of course, yeah,
But anyways, did you
yeah.
have any other questions?
No, I think that's it. I
You
think that's
think
it.
we
Thank you
are
very much.
a-okay? No problem, man. I would love to see another key from you.
Yeah.
If you want to record something, or we can do this
Okay. I,
again.
I
Um,
can I can record something
and then
if
we
you
can
want.
do another session. And I'll try to get
Yeah.
a more experienced Resto Druid or a more experienced healer in here with me to maybe help.
Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
but yeah, I think you like the mistakes that you were making were easily solved, right? Like just use cooldowns more, do
Yeah.
damage more. And those are easy things, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's just this little
Absolutely.
checklist in your head. Like, does anyone need healing? No. Okay, damage. That's it.
Yeah.
Do I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
cooldowns? Yes. Okay, let's use these up. That's it. It's that easy. But anyways, man,
Yeah.
I think that's all I have for you. I can't really
All
think
right.
of anything else to help you with. My
Yeah.
Resto
No,
Druid
that was
knowledge
definitely very helpful.
pretty limited, but
And I appreciate it.
yeah, man, no problem at all. Hey, you have yourself a wonderful day. Good luck in the keys.
You too. Thank you very much, mate.
See you, buddy.
All right. Bye.